everyone, Charmin12332 here, today I'm showing you guys a video on talking about DirectX12. Now, Windows 10 will be coming out about 2 days by the time this video is released, about July 29th, and if you reserve your copy now, you'll get a free upgrade to Windows 10, which does ship directly with DirectX12. Now, first you might be asking yourself, what is DirectX? Now, DirectX is an API, basically, which is an application programming interface, which was first released with Microsoft back in when it came included with Windows 95 and Windows NT 4.0 and so on. And right now the latest version is DirectX11. Some of you, if you just bought a new high-end card, like one of the fancy new Titans, it might have DirectX12 already built into it. But now, July 29th, Windows 10 and DirectX12 will be released. And everyone, even the Xbox One will be compatible with DirectX12, not the PlayStation 4 though, so I know many people are complaining about that. But now you might be wondering, like, what's the difference between DirectX11 and DirectX12? I mean, can they be that much of a difference? Well, I looked in some 3D Mark API overhead tests, and for the results, DirectX11 got about 2,166,422 drawing calls per second, while DirectX12 had over 10,864,967 drawing calls per second. So there, it looks like a 5 times difference, except we'll really have to see this in actual gaming practice. I plan on re-reviewing my FPS tests, because all NVIDIA GTX cards, if it's a 400 series or after, it will support DirectX12, from what I believe, and that's what has been said. So if you have the 750 for the win Ti or anything like that, any new card, it will support DirectX12. You don't need to worry. And DirectX12 basically is to increase optimization of games, and it's basically the building blocks of what developers use to make their games. So think of it like a search engine. This might be kind of irrelevant, but like search, people want to search something on the internet. You can use Google, you could use Bing, you could use Yahoo. Typically people use Google, and that's more like developers using DirectX. Now AMD has its own version called, you might have heard this, called Mantle, which is why you see Battlefield 4 running so much better on AMD cards, because you can use the Mantle API. And this is it's really limited in the very amount of games that you can use for Mantle, which is why I did not, I see very unfair tests between the R7 260X and the GTX 750, because they use AMD Mantle to run it, so they get maybe 15 frames per second better, even though that only works for maybe 8 games available. And what I've seen, DirectX12 runs maybe slightly better, or more than a little better than Mantle, but it's pretty close though. But you should be able to see better optimization and all that kind of stuff going on in your games. And I will be reviewing many games again to see if I can find any kind of noticeable difference by switching to DirectX12, because I'm going to be upgrading my computer to Windows 10 when it is released. So, yeah, I'm going to also be doing a video on Windows 10, so you can stay tuned for that. I'm going to see how it affects the Photon and all that stuff, because right now I'm running Windows 8.1, and now we're going to see if I upgrade to Windows 10, how it affects the performance. Maybe it has a smaller footprint or something like that, so more of the hardware is going to be available for games code. So we're going to see how that runs, and I'll be making a video on that pretty soon. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something in DirectX12. Let me know in the comments below if you have anything else, any other questions you want to ask me, and I'll be posting a video on Windows 10 coming up real soon. Thank you for watching. Turtleman out.